Welcome to this week's Member Spotlight. Today we have the pleasure of being with Eric Hammarlund, owner of Hammarlund Law Office. Eric, welcome.
Thanks, Paola.
Can you give us some brief history on Hammarlund Law Office?
Sure. I have a long history with the island, and I always knew I was going to come back here and open a law practice. Hammarlund Law Office first opened in 2007, actually just a few feet up State Road. Since then, I've grown to have a busy civil practice, serving a lot of different island residents, and I plan to stay here forever. Hopefully my kids will join me when they grow up.
What kind of legal services do you provide?
I have a very broad-ranging civil practice. My goal is basically to provide most of the law that somebody who lives on the island would want. So when it comes to a business, I'll handle everything from initial partnerships and business purchases to formation of corporations and LLCs. I'll occasionally handle dissolution, though I'm happy to say that those don't happen so much. I negotiate contracts and do residential and commercial real estate. On the civil side, I do everything from civil litigation, both between parties and also occasionally between parties in the state when it comes to town boards. I'll do quite a bit of real estate work, wills and trusts. And I want to say I handle most of the things that people on the island would want. I have a very tech-heavy practice here, and one of the things I'm trying to provide for people is a way to get more modern legal services more easily. So I work a lot with people who want to have a lawyer who's on the island, want to communicate digitally. I'm very comfortable in the digital world. I get actually quite a bit of work off my website as well. Some clients I'll represent and get resolution for them without ever meeting them at all. But here on the island, I find that I have just a huge number of people coming to for a lot of different work.
Eric, how are you involved with the Chamber of Commerce?
Joining the Chamber was actually one of the first things I did when I formed Hammarlund Law Office, because I knew that a group of people all focused on doing business island-wide was something I wanted to be involved in. Now I actually serve on the Chamber board. In addition to serving on the board, I also occasionally teach seminars through the Chamber designed to help island businesses. I just do that as sort of a public service. I've done some on corporations and LLCs. I've done a few others. And actually this spring I have one coming up on employment, which I do with a very good friend of mine who's an employment specialist. We bring her up from Boston. Employment representation of employers specifically is all she does, and she's extraordinarily good at it. And she and I give a very, very popular seminar in which we talk about ways that island businesses can make sure they're doing employment stuff correctly.
When is the employment law seminar?
We have it twice. One is on Thursday, April 3rd, from 5 to 6:15 at the Harbor View. The next is on Friday, April 4th in the morning from 8:30 to 9:45, also at the Harbor View. In both cases, we've sometimes been known to run a bit over because people tend to have a lot of questions. And there's usually a question and answer session which continues afterwards if people want to know more. The Chamber generally provides food, drinks, and some sort of light snack at both events, and hope to see you all there.
Eric, thank you for taking the time for meeting us today. If people would like more information about your legal services, how can they get a hold of you?
My phone number is 508-696-7700. My website is www.hammarlundlaw.com. I'm widely accessible on Google. I keep business cards down at the Chamber, and of course I'll be bringing them to my upcoming employment seminar. Thanks, Paola.
Thank you, Eric.